Hello world, Natarajan here. The clips you just saw is of a single train captured at 4 different locations. Yes, it's a Kutty story about train chase. If you have been following me from long, you'll know that I love chasing trains, especially when the locomotive or the occasion is special. Some of the examples on your screen. All the chases before were planned and executed, but this one happened on the go because of few reasons. We'll reveal them as we move along in the video. Date is 7 June, Saturday. Generally, train spotting is done on the Hubli-Shimoga line due to increased action seen on that day. Santosh and I generally meet at Tumkur and explore. This time, we decided we shall go to Gubbi. When the trip started, I had no plans of writing a Kutty story as well. The original plan for Saturday was to start by 66567 Bengaluru Tumkuru Memo, which departs Bengaluru at 9:20 hours. Get down at Tumkuru by 11 hours, meet Santosh, then buy lunch and do train spotting till 17 hours at Gubbi. And for the return run, board the 66576 Tumkur Banaswadi Memo to Bengaluru. The day went on the same path. I boarded the train from Malleshwaram to Tumkuru, met Santosh, got lunch, and we started towards Gubbi. On the way, we spotted 17310 Vasco Yeshwanthpur Express, which was running late outside Tumkur station. We missed spotting 12726 Siddhaganga Intercity Express. Stopped at Eggeri station for 07355 Hubli Ramanathapuram Special. And then near Mallasandra, we spotted 16239 Chikmagalur Yeshwanthpur Express. We reached Gubbi in time to spot 14806 Barmar Yeshwanthpur Express with the diesel power. We also got to see a freight train in between at Gubbi railway station. Time was 13:30 hours. Our plan was next to head to our regular spot between Gubbi and Mallasandra to have lunch and enjoy the back-to-back afternoon and evening train action. We generally have lunch right next to the tracks so that we don't miss out on any action. On this particular day, we were in for a bonus catch as 18111 Tata Yeshwanthpur Express, which is scheduled to pass Tumkur by 11:10 hours towards Yeshwanthpur, was running late by 4 hours. The first action was 12649 Karnataka Sampark Kranti Express via Kachiguda. The train came with a special locomotive, Royapuram's WAP7 with India's 78 Independence Day livery. The action was followed by the Dharwad bound 12725 Siddhaganga Intercity Express. Next up was 07323 Hubli Banaras Special. Here is where we realized it's not a normal day. 14806 Barmar Express, which passed us at 13:22 hours, reached Tumkuru at 13:38 hours. The status said the train had yet to depart Tumkuru. We initially thought this could be a case of loco failure as the train before Barmar Express 56282 Tumkur Chamarajnagar passenger had departed on time and the train was at Kyatsandra. The other reason which was going in our mind was this could be due to a block work taken for track replacement which was going on between Irehalli and Idavanda, but I was not sure. Next special moment of the trip was spotting WAG5 twins from Arakonam. If you notice, the lead loco has large windscreen. To top this, the crew acknowledged us with a headlight blink, honk and a wave. Special thanks to them. Next train was the 4 hours late running 18111 Tata Yeshwanthpur Express. This train also came with a special locomotive. It's again Rayapuram's WAP7 with 75th Republic Day livery. The train passed us at 15:54 hours. As soon as the train passed, we checked the status of other trains which went before. Barmar Express had just departed Tumkuru, Hubli Banaras Express had just departed Malasandra. This meant that the Tata Yeshwanthpur Express will wait at Malasandra for some time. This line is an absolute block section. The line is divided into blocks and only one train can run at a time in a block. Guppy to Malasandra is one block. Similarly, Malasandra to Tumkuru is another block. The sequence goes on. Now, Hubli Banaras Express is going on the Malasandra Tumkuru block, which is 10 km long. Until the train clears the block completely, Tata Yeshwanthpur Express will not get clearance to depart Malasandra station. So Santosh immediately asked if we can go to Malasandra to spot the train again. I declined the offer as we had come to this spot to capture roaring diesels and I informed him the same. Next diesel action was few minutes away. Also, there was a chance that the Tata Nagar Express may get clearance before we reach the station, as we were around 6 kilometers away from Malasandra railway station. As we finished our conversation, Krishnajapuram WAP7 came with Mysore bound 17326 Vishwamana Express and had a crossing with the roaring WDP4D from Krishnajapuram, pulling 22685 Chandigarh Karnataka Sampark Kranti Express. The final diesel action for the day was with 17309 Yeshwanthpur Vasco Express. It's a WDP4D from Krishnajapuram. The chase actually begins now. We checked the status of the train and got to know that the Vishwamana Express has overtaken Tata Nagar Express at Malasandra. Now we decided we can spot it again and start it to Malasandra. We were just in time to see the train depart from the main line of Malasandra. Just few minutes after the train passed, we got to see another special WAP7 tricolor livery from Krishnajapuram diesel loco shed with 20651 Bengaluru Talgoppa Express. As soon as the train went out of sight, I asked Santosh if we can chase and spot the Tata Nagar again. He agreed and we started. Due to back-to-back trains, I was pretty sure we shall spot the train again near Katsandra and Irelli. Lots of permutation and combinations were going on at that time in my mind and was hoping that things go right so that I can spot the special locomotive again. Everything seemed smooth like an odd knife on a butter until we reached Katsandra. We ran out of luck, or should I say carelessness on our part. The bike in which we were travelling stopped as we ran out of petrol. Everything was going perfectly alright. All of a sudden, we are in the middle of nowhere with no petrol on the bike. We didn't notice, and now I tried getting left. Unfortunately, no one is ready to give. One good thing is there's a petrol bunk nearby, so we'll be going there and getting a bottle. Hopefully they'll give it. I don't know. I'll have to look. Got only little petrol. I just hope I get left at least now. Looks like all the good luck has ended. No one is giving left again. I guess I need to run. The train has arrived here early. It will wait for another 20 minutes, so Hopefully, if you're able to reach it in time, we'll get it the third time. Let's see. I started running, and when I had covered 300 meters, I got a lift for the next 300 meters. A special thanks to that person, but we were not sure at this point if we can catch up to the train. According to my calculation, we had another 10 minutes before the train is expected to depart. And we also need 10 minutes to reach Ireli from this particular spot. We decided we shall take a chance, and boy, the luck was back on our side. The train was just departing as we reached the station, and since it was on a common loop line, we knew that the train will take more time to accelerate on the main line. The speed limit is 15 km per hour for the trains to switch over from the common loop to the main line towards Bengaluru. We reached the spot where the train is expected to pick up speed. Did you notice the train slowing down? This was done to follow a caution order for the track replacement work. At this point, I knew we can chase it again, and we started off moving towards Bengaluru. The highway runs parallel to the tracks, which helped us in catching up to the train. There was a slight traffic, but I was confident we'll make it through. We overtook the train on the way. The train was accelerating to 45 km per hour after observing a caution order of 20 km per hour. We were doing 75 at that moment. After driving for around 6 kilometers, we stopped and spotted the train for the fourth time. Not for the zero petrol, we could have caught the train for 5 times within a distance of 35 kilometers. But hey, we never planned this and ended up with some amazing memories, so not disappointed on missing out once. Time was 1750 hours. We took a short tea break and decided to head back to Ireli so that I can board the 66576 Tumkur Banaswadi Memu to Yeshwanthpur. The NTES app says the train doesn't have halt at Ireli, but the train stops for passengers. Same is the case at Bayranarknalli and Gollalli for this train. On the way back, we first captured Varanasi-Mysore Express and then noticed Hubli Yeshwanthpur Weekly passing as we were nearing Ireli railway station. Santosh dropped me at the station and headed to a different spot to capture 12089 Bengaluru Shivamogga Janashatabdi Express. I was able to get the ticket on the UTS app. This app has made a big difference when it comes to getting ticket at the last moment. No need to wait in queue or depend on stations to get your ticket. Would highly recommend you people to use these apps if you regularly buy unreserved ticket. My train, Banaswadi Memu, arrived first, followed by the Janashatabdi. I was standing on the opposite side, and since I knew that the train will have to wait for another 10 minutes as the Hubli Weekly had passed just 10 minutes back from Ireli. So I took it in a position where I felt the video looked good. At this point, some of you might have a doubt on how I calculated train movements. First point, I do have some basic knowledge of how trains are operated. And second thing, I always note down caution orders, signals and other railway details along the line during my journeys. The video will go a bit technical, but I'll try my best to keep it simple. This will help you all in understanding what exactly happened on the day. Ireli to Nidavanda is a single block section. Remember, I said only one train is allowed into a block at a time in absolute block section territory. The distance between Ireli and Nidavanda is 12 km. The image shows you the chainage kilometer. I'll make a separate video on this topic soon. There's also a very good book on the same by senior rail fan Arvind Sethuraman. I've linked the book in the products. Interested people can check it out. Ireli is at kilometer 58. Nidavanda is at kilometer 46. The distance marking starts from KSR Bengaluru. The section speed here is 110 km per hour, but there are a few 100 km caution in between. We should not bother about that much. Also note the mean sea level value. It's an upgradient for train going towards Bengaluru from Ireli, which means trains will have to work harder to clear the section. All these factors matter a lot. Of course, the other thing which matters is the driving skill of the locopilot. Now let's come to track replacement work happening here. At kilometer marking 55/300, the 20 km caution order starts. This is where the recent track replacement has happened. This caution order stays until kilometer mark 54/700. Then it is 45 km per hour up to kilometer marking 54. Then the section speed increases to 75 km per hour marking till the T-board, which is actually seen at 51/900 in our case. If the train had followed the same caution orders as shown in the image, the 4-time capture could have been missed. When we were capturing the Tatanagar Express, I realized there is some other issue when the train failed to pick up speed, and the answer is the weld fracture. I noticed the weld fracture location when I was returning back home on board Banaswadi Memo. This is the same reason why trains were held up earlier in the day, and the mystery is finally solved. Barmar-Yeshwanthpur Express was not the first train to build up on the day. 12726, Bengaluru bound Siddhaganga Intercity Express, was the last train to pass on time. Mostly the weld fracture happened or was noticed after Siddhaganga Intercity passed. Chikmagaluru train was held up at Ireli. Tumkur Chamarajanagar train was held up at Katsandra Goods. Barmar Express was at Tumkuru. We saw what happened to other trains. The list increased as more trains arrived. The other line was not affected, and the trains towards Atsikare side were running on time. The trains were sent at caution order speed after sorting out the issue. You can notice the railway staff waving green flag indicating that the train is all good passing the affected portion. One more point. The train has to completely clear the caution before it can start accelerating. Longer length in train will mean it will take more time to clear the section compared to the shorter ones. Generally, trains running more than 3 hours lose preference on the line to other trains which are running on time. Hence, Vishwamano Express overtook Tatanagar Express at Malasandra. All these factors mentioned in the video resulted in what you saw at the start. Chasing and capturing the same train at 4 different locations. During the return journey to Bengaluru, we actually overtook the 20656 Hubli-Yeshwanthpur Weekly Express at Gollaldi, a passenger class of train overtaking a superfast. This happened because of scheduled arrival time at Yeshwanthpur and also other late running trains. Yeshwanthpur having only 6 platforms is also another factor. The Vande Bharat Express from Dharwad was right behind us right from Ireli, but was never allowed to overtake till we reached Yeshwanthpur. From Yeshwanthpur, the train takes different route. Banaswadi Memo reverses and goes ahead, whereas Vande Bharat goes towards Bengaluru City Station. I spotted the special locomotive again for the 5th time at Yeshwanthpur. Sixth time at Yeshwanthpur again the next day when the loco was getting ready to haul the pairing train 18112 Yeshwanthpur Tatanagar Express. And finally for the 7th time at Soldevanalli on the regular run of 18112 Express. fifth one won't count as the train had completed the run and was in the yard. So the chase count stays at 4 in the end. Sometimes we desire but end up getting disappointed, and sometimes unexpected things like these happen. This is what makes the unpredictable life special, and unexpected moments give more joy, happiness, and experience than the planned ones. With this, we have come to end of this Kutty story. Hope you all enjoyed it. See you soon.